Hello, my name is Leanna McGrath, and today I will be dissecting a sheep heart. It's very close in anatomical structure to that of a human's, so it's a great opportunity to learn. So first, we are going to examine the heart and locate the thin membrane or the pericardium. I believe ours has been completely removed already. We can see straight to the myocardium or the thick muscle all around. At the top or the base, we have our major vessels, we have our pulmonary artery, we have our aorta, and we have our superior vena cava, which will then go down into the inferior vena cava. Heart in the dissecting pan facing you, we know that it's right side up or ventral side towards us because of the major arteries that we can see running through here, or the coronary artery. At the right here, we can see our right atrium and our right ventricle. Down below it, we can see our left ventricle, our left atria and our left ventricle down below it. Again, we have our coronary artery, which is this artery that flows through here. The blood vessel lies in the groove of the front of the heart and branches up to the front and back side of the heart. Pulmonary artery is going to be right up here. This blood vessel branches and carries blood to the lungs to receive oxygen. Because it's on the right side, our right side of the heart is responsible for our pulmonary circulation. We have the aorta up top, which is the largest artery in the body. And we have our pulmonary veins down in here. Where is it? Goes through here. And then again, we have our superior vena cava and our inferior vena cava that we mentioned earlier. So use scissors to cut through the side. I think the scalpel would be a better fit, so use to cut through the side of the pulmonary artery, or our left side, our right side, left side. We're just going to make a slice down, careful not to go too deep, down to the apex. So now let's cut through the right ventricle. We made our cut through here. Push your fingers through, push open the heart and cut to the internal structure. Locate the right atrium, which is down here, our right atrium. We notice the thinner muscular wall of the receiving chamber. Find the inferior and superior vena cava. Because it's flipped open, our inferior vena cava is going to be right here. We're looking at it from the back side. That's good to know. Okay, again, the wall is much thinner on this side. I didn't say to cut through, but I'm going to cut all the way through because it's just easier for me to see what I'm doing, and it's easier to remember what I'm on. Here we go. Okay, so now we know the right atrium because the wall is so much thinner. This is the septum. So this is the right atrium. Yes. And this is the left atrium. Okay. Find where the inferior and superior vena cava enter this chamber. See, that's the aorta. Where's the superior cava? Okay, right here. Locate the valve between the right atrium and the right ventricle. So here are our valves, our 2 valves. Let's see. Right atrium, so that's going to be here and here. This valve is our tricuspid valve. Use your fingers to feel the thickness of the right ventricle versus the left. Very thick. Find the septum on the right side, which is going to be here. This is the piece that connects or divides, I should say separates the 2 chambers. Inside the right ventricle, locate the pulmonary artery that carries blood away from the chamber. Okay, so here we see our pulmonary valve. And if we stick our tweezers into there, we can see that it goes down into inside the right ventricle. We can see here our pulmonary valve. At the base, our pulmonary vein that goes into our pulmonary valve there in the right ventricle. Boom. And since we already cut open our heart to the other side, examine the left atrium. So that is going to be these 2 outer sides. Let's see. Find the opening of the pulmonary vein from the lungs. Our opening, we can see right here, which goes into our pulmonary veins. Okay. Observe the one-way semilunar valves at the entrance of these veins, which we can see down at the bottom here. We can see on the other side, it was our tricuspid valve. So here we can see our opening, and then down into here, we can see our bicuspid valve or our mitral valve. Okay, now we can see that the left ventricle has a much thicker band around it, a much thicker ventricular wall as opposed to the right side, because our left side is responsible for pumping blood through the entirety of our body. Cut across the ventricle towards the aorta and cut to expose the valve. Okay, so we are going to make a cut here so we can see inside that valve. So we can see up top over here, see these valves. For the aorta, we count the 3 leaflets at top leading from the left ventricle to the aorta, and make note of their half moon shapes, which are down here and right here. Okay, so let's cut through those. So we cut open into the aortic valve, and we can see where it connects to that artery right in here. Dried up blood. That's the anatomy of the heart. I feel like I have a much better understanding. The walls and chambers are hard to grasp sometimes for me. So this kind of helped me see the difference between the right and left and how to better identify those. Thank you.